Hi and welcome to Whisky Shared. You're watching my review of Loch Lomond 12-year-old. I'm Toby and you're watching Whisky Shared. Welcome to my review of Loch Lomond 12-year-old. This is a 12-year-old single malt Scotch whisky and it comes from the Loch Lomond distillery. The distillery is located near the shores of Loch Lomond and it dates back to 1965. Loch Lomond make 3 different 12-year-olds and this particular one is the perfectly balanced. It's made using a combination of straight neck and swan neck stills and it's then aged in bourbon, refill and recharred casks. It's 46%, it's non-chill filtered and it retails for £47 in the UK. Should we find out what it tastes like? On to the whisky. So before I start nosing and tasting, let's have a quick look at the colour. I'd say that's like an amber, but it is possibly coloured. Loch Lomond do colour some of their whiskies and this one doesn't say it is uncoloured. So that leads me to believe that this one actually does have some colour. Let's start with the nose. Right, so the first thing I get with this is a lovely hint of peat smoke. There's a slight funk with that. Almost petrochemical. I'm getting lots of vanilla. I'm also getting brown sugar. There's a honey sweetness as well. There's like a malted cereal note. And I'm also getting biscuit. I'm getting orchard fruits like apples. There's also some tropical fruits in there. And there's also a hint of citrus. Let's move on to the palate. Yeah, so there's a couple of things that are going on straight away, but the one that I'm liking the most is the sweet tropical fruits. I'm also getting orchard fruits. This time I'm getting like pears. Really is nice and fruity. But along with that, there's a light sort of slightly wafty peat smoke. Really is nice indeed. Let's have another sip. I'm starting to get some citrus. I'm getting like lemon and it's a really nice sort of zesty lemon indeed. There's also like a diesel oil note. I picked that up on a number of peated whiskies and it's definitely got a slight funkiness with it, which is quite nice. There's also like a biscuit note, like a digestive biscuit, and there's also some sort of dry oak in there, just a little bit though. Let's have one final sip. Yeah, so I'm starting to get some warming spices. I'm getting like ginger, I'm getting some cloves, and yeah, I'm also getting a hint of aniseed as well. I think those flavours work really well together. The sort of baking spices and sort of ever so slightly sort of funky peat note. I think it works really well, and those tropical fruits that I picked up on the start, they're really nice on the palate as well. In terms of finish, well, I'd say it's quite long. I'm getting that diesel oil note. I'm getting some wood smoke, and that lingers for quite some time. And there's also a little citrus that hangs around. In terms of value, well, I picked this up for I think around the £30 mark, which is an absolute steal. But this is, you know, a retail price of 47. I think it's okay, but I think if you can get it for any less than that, I think it's an absolute steal. I think the flavours of this one really work for my palate. I find that the tropical fruits are lovely and sweet. I find that the warming spices work really well to sort of offset that sweetness. And then there's that lingering, slightly funky peat note. I think Loch Lomond are doing some really good things. I think their combination of different stills and the different things that they're willing to experiment with make them quite an interesting proposition. And I think they're quite a popular brand. Obviously, they've sponsored some sporting events, so I think that makes them reasonably popular around the world. But it's an interesting distillery. It's not one I think you can visit. It's quite an industrial distillery by its nature, but the fact that they can produce such a variety of different whiskies makes them, yeah, as I said, a really interesting proposition. I know they are quite popular amongst whiskey drinkers, and yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts of the brand and particularly this whiskey if you've tried it. Let me know in the comments. As always, I'd love to hear what you think of this one, and if you haven't tried it, of any of their other whiskies that they're producing. Hopefully you found that interesting, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Sauncher. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, why not give it a like or a comment, and please consider subscribing for more videos like this.